heck is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Storymoders Podcast. My name is Robert, his name is Mike, and that is Madeline Stanley. Hi, Madeline.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Now that you're here.
Yep. And we're recording this on Tuesday, November 5th, so...
Cheers.
For reasons that pretty much everybody who listens and watches this will understand. Madeline, how are you tonight? Welcome back.
Yeah, aside from the world's events happening, I'm otherwise good. Played a fun game with the Kinda Funny crew today. We did some Death Note type Among Us game. It was very fun, social deduction style.
Death Note, not Enemy Within.
No, it's like Killing List, I think.
Oh, well, that's a weird title. That's not what I expected.
I think that's what it is.
I think that's just what the Death Note is a killing list.
That's just what it is. Yeah.
It really is.
You know. So.
But it was super fun. Got to play with a couple of the people from Bandai Namco. That was a good job. Ooh. That was a fun time.
Yeah, it seemed like one of the devs there was just always one of the killers.
Yes. She got selected so many times. Okay, it's Death Note Killer Within.
We were both halfway there.
You're right there.
Close enough.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like it was like an Among Us game, and at the beginning, what was it, 10 people playing, right?
And I think 9 of us.
With 9, yeah, and like 2 people are killers, and the rest are detectives or whatever. And every round it was like randomly picking whoever was who, and every round one of the people from Bandai Namco happened to be one of the killers.
It honestly, like, she was like, please, can we pick anyone else but me? Yeah. I just don't want this responsibility anymore. I understand. But it was fun. I definitely had a good time playing it. I'm going to try to convince some of my friends to get it, because I think it's only $10. So I think that's a very easy, fun game to play. Easy to pick up. Fun times.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like... It definitely gave off those Among Us vibes, and I don't feel like it's rude to say that, because it definitely feels like it was inspired by a game like that, which, you know, one of the biggest games of the past few years. Cool.
Sure.
Yeah. Throw an IP on it that actually makes sense. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I've also been playing some Metaphor ReFantazio, which I was unfortunately unable to really spend very much time in your Extra Life stream over the weekend, because you are way ahead of me.
Not anymore.
Nope.
What do you mean?
Potentially.
Are you done?
Hold on. How far are you into the game?
Okay, so I just went into like the first mausoleum dungeon. So I met I don't know how to... I got my first like couple of days of free time, and then I'm going into the dungeon, like the sarcophagus area, and I just saved a bunch of people. Okay.
Yeah, so and you met Katharina? The Parapus with the pink hair Parapus?
Yes.
And she's like, "Will you save me, friend?" And you're like, "Why do you have that accent?
Friend.
What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, I didn't save her friend.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
Her friend was dead. But spoilers for Metaphor, but it's pretty early on in the game, so.
So, turns out, I am ahead of you, again. I am on New Game Plus.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm about maybe a month past that now.
You're crazy. How much did you play on your Extra Life stream over the weekend? How many hours of Metaphor did you put in?
Madeline's fucking good at this, you know? Just that segue. Boom, 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 you know? Mike and I, we had our big Extra Life streams on Saturday and Sunday, November 2nd and 3rd. Just straight off the bat, fucking phenomenal success. Our whole team crushed it. By the end of it, I believe the final tally was $2,050 raised in our team.
Mm-hmm. Not too shabby.
So cheers to VerumDex, SENDNUGGIES, and my good friend Brandon, who was on last week's episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking incredible. Loved it. But yeah, Mike and I had our big streams, almost co-streams, because I think at the end of Saturday we figured out the stream together thing, which was just click a button. Not difficult, but yeah. Mike's day. Mike, what games did you play on day one? For your first 12-hour stream, what games did you play?
So I played Armored Core 6. I played some Car X Drift by myself, but it was fun. Cyberpunk.
For a little bit, that got fucked up for some reason.
Yeah, but enough to warrant a mention.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2. And I think that was it.
Yeah. So over the 12 hours, Mike played 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
When Mike was finished with his 12-hour stream and he left my house, at the beginning of the day, I started playing Metaphor, saying, I'm going to play about 4 hours because I'm right at the end of it. When Mike left at the 12-hour mark...
Famous last words.
Yeah. When Mike left at the 12-hour mark, I'm like, I'm going to keep streaming because I'm not done with Metaphor. And I went, I think it was just like another half an hour, and I had actually finished it and rolled credits on it. So the 4 hours that I thought it would take, because I was... Like, you've seen, now that you've played it, like, you see there's, like, the timer. It's like, hey, you've got 2 or 3 days to go here. Yeah. So when I started playing, I was on the last kind of. It was literally like, hey, this is 3 days before everything is decided. You know, like when it comes to the storyline. You know, So I was like, oh, okay, cool. That'll be another boss battle. Maybe kind of a long. So I gave myself like 4 hours. I've played Personas. I know that the final boss battle, is gonna take an hour at least.
Right.
Yeah, and then 12 and a half hours later, I was done.
How many hours of those were cutscenes that you were watching? Would you guess?
Legitimately, two. Like, I would say 2 full hours of that was cutscenes. Some of it was, I did try to grind in a place for about 30 minutes, and just, it was not working, and I was like, this isn't fun. And then I did take a couple of breaks, obviously. It's a 12-hour stream, so I got to get up, I got to pee. I got to get some foods in me. But, yeah, Mike was playing Armored Core 6. Then he's like, all right, I'm going to take a break. We'll come back and do something else. And then I'm just sitting over there. I'm an Elda.
You're stuck. Stuck in the ReFantazio.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say stuck, because I was having a fucking blast. Oh, God, that game is so good.
Really, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
I already forgot the character's name, but I posted about this on my Twitter. I think I want to do, like, a light cosplay of that villain. I think, like, Zoiba or something.
Zorba?
Because he has purple hair and, like, a cool black outfit.
Yeah.
I think I want to try to do, like, a light cosplay of Zorba for my Game Awards fit. I'm going to try to put something together.
I'm glad that you didn't watch the rest of the stream on Saturday.
Yeah.
So...
I didn't want to get spoiled, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say why, but your Game Awards fit would be much different. Yeah.
Just going for it. Yeah, I think it's a fun game. I've been really enjoying it. So I was bummed I couldn't stay for the whole stream, but I checked in.
Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it, Madeline. I mean, you donated. You hung out for a bit anyway, so
yeah.
Saw some
Madeline
Superman
Stanley
on
is
Sunday.
one of our biggest fans, obviously. She knows our names. And she's going to tell us her home address right now.
123 Santa Claus Lane.
There we go. Rob her! She's rich! God. Can't believe you fell for it. Ugh.
Damn it. Don't come there. Don't go to 123 Santa Claus Lane. You'll steal from the children. Think of the children.
We just gave money to children. We can take it from them now. All right?
We can take it back.
It all evens out in the end.
But yeah. Day two was pretty fun. We tried to start it out by, getting both of the streams going, and then we had said if we raise $500, we would cook and eat the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bacon, and we did, and ended up blowing a breaker in my house.
Oh my gosh. Yep. That's crazy. Was that before or after I popped in? Because I think I popped in, you were playing Fallout Brotherhood of Steel or something.
That was before.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, this looks fun. And then you were like, it's not. It's horrible.
I
was like, oh, sorry.
We'll get to that in a moment. But, yeah, Saturday was just us were drinking Malort shots early because Mike left at night, so we weren't going to get shit faced and then be like, Mike's going to be like, I'm going to drive home 45 minutes. No, it was by the time Mike left the house both days, he was fully sober. He was good to get home. He texted me both nights.
Yep.
Because
very responsible.
And I asked him to. Yep. He texted me both nights, and then both nights I think night 1 when I was finished, I dropped a raid on, I think it was Mike, Snowbike Mike. So then I went into the chat and tagged, like, hey, Danielle, SENDNUGGIES. Mike texted me he's home. And they were like, oh, thank you. And then same with night 2. But I think I was still streaming when he texted. So I was like, Mike got home.
People need to know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, if any of your friends ever leave you, even if you're not fucking drinking or anything, just be like, hey, text me when you get home. I just want to know that you're safe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Mike, what happened on Sunday? Do you want to tell the story?
I put a little bit of the last dab on a sausage link. That was
bad
idea.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I made a Malort cocktail.
Ugh.
Also,
what were the ingredients there? Do you even remember?
Do I ever? Obviously, the star ingredient, the liquor that can be used in place of bitters. So just imagine drinking those. Yeah, the official drink of I'm going to fight my dad, Jepson's Malort. Then we had strawberry lemonade, Five Wives vodka. Then
was it just the normal one, or did you do the strawberry one?
I did the there was a strawberry lemonade.
Yeah.
And
really quick, Ed from Five Wives Vodka hooked us the fuck up.
For real.
Nice.
Yeah. Five Wives Vodka is a local Utah distillery that makes vodka. My buddy Ed, who we go to RSL matches. So I was at the match on Tuesday night before the weekend. He was there in like the Five Wives van. I was like, hey, do you have anything in there that we could, drink, obviously? Because we're doing a, basically 24-hour stream. We're probably going to get drunk. All I have right now is Malort. We need something that's not Malort. And he gave me a bottle of Five Wives, it's like a spicy vodka. And then he gave me his card. He was like, hey, text me this week, and I'll see what else I could bring over. And I was like, oh, cool, okay. So I texted him on Thursday or Friday. I was like, hey, just hitting you up. If you have anything, if you don't, that's totally cool. And he's like, I'm in Wyoming right now because of some weird fucking Wyoming laws with when it comes to alcohol that I didn't know. But when I get back, I'll see what I have and I'll text you on Saturday and I can, drop some stuff off. And then Saturday, we're like in the middle of the stream already. And I get a text and he's like, hey, I'm almost there. And then he's like, hey, I'm here, because I asked him not to. I'm like, don't knock or ring the doorbell. My dog's already not happy.
Yeah.
And he texts me that he's here.
Deliver.
Yeah. Text me that he's here, and I go outside expecting hey, here's like a bottle. No, he's like, here's a bottle of the regular vodka. Here's a bottle of the cinnamon vanilla whiskey that's actually delicious. Because some people think of cinnamon whiskey and they think of fucking Fireball, and
Fireball, it's like,
mm-hmm. Yeah. No, the Porter's whiskey from Five Wives, great. The aforementioned strawberry, I think it was like strawberry lemonade vodka.
Yeah, strawberry lemonade.
And we had the spicy vodka, and then it was like a 4-pack of these dangerous fucking lemonade vodka cans. And I say dangerous because they don't taste alcoholic whatsoever, and they're delicious.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite kind.
Yeah. And then he gave me this metal tin sign, like a Five Wives.
Awesome.
He's like, I feel like you need this too. So Ed, thank you. I don't know if you're watching or listening to this. Thank you so goddamn much. It helped us. But yeah, that was
to Ed.
Yeah, that strawberry lemonade vodka was a part of Mike's cocktail.
Yes. Then there was the limeade, and then I gotta try to mask this as best I can. Some Mountain Dew Zero Baja Blast.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This does not sound like a cocktail anyone should be recreating.
No.
Guess what?
Well,
it's not. And then yeah, when he was done with it, and
then?
he's like, "Hey, it's good," and I grabbed a piece of the fucking cinnamon toast crunch bacon, and I was like, "Pop, obviously, boom," and that was his stir.
Ew.
To be fair, the cinnamon toast crunch bacon was really like 96% bacon. 4%.
Yeah.
Like there was not much in the way of
It's
cinnamon
not the
toast
flavor that I'm worried about. It's like the grease coming off of the bacon into your drink.
Oh, it's fine. It's whatever.
No, all the grease was in the fucking grease tray that I took out and cleaned from the griddle the other day. I almost took a picture of it for Mike, but I was like, that's kind of gross. Yeah, it was a thick thing of grease in the grease tray. Not to mention all the grease that was on top of the griddle itself. But yeah, that cocktail.
Not good.
Annie, thank you for that idea, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, then,
where is?
after that, is that it right there? Yes.
Yeah. So this is. I'm gonna play a little video here. That I'm gonna switch over to the 3-person with display. Madeline, I don't know if you saw this at all. We posted this on Saturday. So Mike showed up at, it was what, like 8 o'clock?
Something like that.
It was 7:30 about in the morning to get set up. And then dropped everything off in the house, and we went to the store to get some like snacks and stuff for the day, and went to McDonald's to grab some breakfast. And came back. We've got the video up here, which I believe will also be playing sound. Yes. And we said, hey, you know what? Thanks to, Dex, Nuggies, Brandon, we've already raised a bunch of money. So let's go ahead and do a shot of Malort, because one of the things on our incentive list was when we hit certain dollar amounts, we're going to do Malort shots. So
Sure.
we're like, fuck it. Let's just start off everything with a Malort shot. We'll record it.
Such a bad idea.
Exactly. No, you're not wrong.
Nope.
We'll post it. We'll record it. And then we'll start the stream. We'll post it kind of later. So this is the beginning of our day.
Taller too.
The video evidence.
Yes. Got some Daniel Thrasher YouTube clips up there.
Oh yeah.
Sure, it works.
Framed better.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
While this is playing, I'm going to go grab beer number 2, because this one's already gone.
Oh, go get him, Tiger.
Smashed it.
We are already at $1,000 raised, and Mike hasn't even started setting up.
Nope.
So
it is 8:26 in the morning.
yes, we went and grabbed snacks. We went and grabbed breakfast.
Just
We've not
such
eaten
a bad
or
idea.
had anything to drink just
Oh.
yet.
I'm glad you guys
Good.
A little bit of
survived.
coffee.
I
and
disagree.
Red Bull.
Oh, and I had a donut.
And he had donuts.
So this is gonna sit real well.
So
Yeah, we went to the gas station to get snacks and a couple Red Bulls,
Some Malort.
and the person at the counter was like, "Do you want a donut?" And Mike's like,
themselves.
"Yeah, I'll have a
Why
donut."
not?
No, he's like, would you care for a tasty
pink
donut?
flavor.
And Robert's like,
I
no.
think it's-
Mike, would you care for a tasty
did a
donut?
beautiful
I was like, "What
thing
about you,
Jamaica.
bud?"
Okay.
At least he's trying to sell it.
Yeah.
You'll get my honest reaction of what Malort tastes like.
I have to be honest, I don't even know what
kids.
Malort is. It just sounds disgusting.
It is.
Well, watch this reaction.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What nobody complains about.
Happy Extra Life Day.
Extra Life Day.
Before this video gets claimed. Which actually it won't. It'll just be like, they allow you to use it, but it's a copyright of the Lonely Island. So yeah, that was the beginning of our day.
The
So
start of.
Madeline, just picture this, okay? Have you ever smelled, gotten a whiff of gasoline at the gas station when you're getting gas?
Yes.
Imagine what that might taste like.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not ideal.
That's Malort.
Ew.
That's it.
Okay, I will not partake.
Okay, so what's going to happen is, Mike, I'm going to need that bottle. I'm going to bring it to California to the Game Awards.
No, I think we're good without
We're all doing
I don't
shots.
think you need to travel. I don't think you need to travel with Malort, okay?
It's fine.
Okay.
We're trying to have a good time, not...
We're trying to show these kids a good time, not ruin their fucking lives.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get some young developers turned off stale gasoline filtered through a jockstrap.
Good. But day two was real fun. So the idea was, every time we hit $100, we would spin the wheel of super historic interactive titles. Shit. And then play whatever game was on it for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So I think I missed the wheel part. I thought you were just choosing it of your own volition.
Oh, no.
No.
God,
no.
no.
So, because I was playing Metaphor all day and it was not ending, we basically decided, okay, once this is done, it'll be the end of this stream. Tomorrow, we're essentially just gonna bank all of them, and that's tomorrow's stream, is playing these things. So at the beginning of the day, we both started streaming on both of our channels, and then started setting up to cook the bacon. We started cooking the bacon. We had a camera. My stream was going on my camera because it was connected to my computer, and then Mike's stream was just watching my stream, so it was kind of like a co-thing. And then a breaker blew in my house because we started also cooking bacon. So I went, I fixed that, and then we were just like, you know what, Mike, you've already hit your goals.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Mike's like, okay, I'm not going to go back live because then we can just unplug all of his stuff and then we're good. So then he did stream for a little bit because he streamed from his cell phone.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
In the interim, because when I turned the breaker on and everything came back on, my streaming PC decided that the driver for the Ethernet just wasn't there anymore. So it wasn't connecting to the internet, so I couldn't go back live. Made the bacon. Mike, the fucking chef genius, after we started cooking it, was quickly like, we should have done this in the oven, because this is not going to cook well. And, I mean, I think he salvaged it.
I did what I could.
Look, it was edible. You ate it, so what more are you asking for?
Yeah.
What more could you ask for? You ate it. It existed.
Yeah. So we ate the bacon. It was actually not bad. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch taste was not very strong.
Yeah,
so
I just feel like that means it's just cinnamon on bacon. I don't...
It was cinnamon and then, a little bit of sugar.
Yeah, it was
But, so this isn't on right now, so they're not seeing this. We did the bacon and had some sausage just so we could have something that was really, edible and good. And then, went into the Wheel of Shit.
Yep.
Which was, I think, it was 16, 17 games. Most of which are just listed on, you go to look at a list of the worst games of all time, you'll see most of the games that we fucking played.
Right.
And that was the whole point. It was the wheel of super historic interactive titles. We didn't get E.T., which kind of made me sad.
You have access to it? Can you play it?
Yes, that was on the wheel. All of these things were acquired, and most of them we just played on Steam Deck.
Okay.
A few of them were Xbox ones. But we played 10 games, because we had 10, backed up.
Yep.
Mike, do you have them? Do you have yours ranked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want a ranking from worst to worst.
I mean, I'll go from worst to least worst.
Worst to least worst.
Man. Okay.
Yeah.
Man. So, I think we all know what my worst game was. The thing I hated the most.
God, yeah, you wanted to quit that, and we almost let you. I mean, that gave you an out, and then
Yep. I said no, but it was Superman 64.
Yeah, that one looked brutal. Really
That
brutal.
was
so bad.
So awful.
I
There's a
have your
reason it
friends,
always
and if you
makes
want to
that
save them,
list.
you have to figure out this maze of rings that are in order and very close and very seeable, and it'll blink the next one that you've got to go through. Ha ha!
Despite how close they are,
Yeah.
Superman just does not know how to fly.
Nope.
Nope. It's a rough time.
So Superman 64.
Yep. Then I had Sonic 06. That was
At number 9. Okay. Or number 2?
Whoa.
9? Yeah.
for whatever it is. No, for a game that recent, it felt so bad.
Damn.
And like, I mean, I love the Sega-ness of it, but just the whole, it just
We're Sonic
Oh.
fans out there.
like it is definitely a low point.
Sorry, Tim Geddes.
And Fallout Brotherhood of Steel next.
Ooh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was, man. Oh shit! I forgot about the Virtual Boy game that we played. Virtual Boy.
We played a couple. Yeah. Did we, wait,
Yeah.
did we play? No, we only played one.
Yeah, we only played one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Man, putting that one next.
That was Jack Bros that we played.
Yes, Jack Bros.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
that was frustrating. Yeah, so we had. Let me do this. So, Superman, Sonic, Jack Bros, then Fallout. Then next was MK Mythologies. That was just
What game?
Oh, Mortal Kombat Mythologies.
Oh, geez.
Sub-Zero. Yeah. And that was just something where I don't know if it was just like the game itself was controlling terribly or it was just that janky. Man, having to like hit a weird button combo to run and then hold that and then somehow also hit the jump button. Just not great.
A nightmare.
So really, really quick. I'm just.
Yep.
So, Superman 64.
Yep.
We're making a list, checking it twice.
Yep.
Hmm.
Superman 64, and
Sonic 06.
Okay.
And I had Jack Bros.
Okay.
And MK Mythologies.
Okay. Just gonna switch over while we make the list here. Okay.
Okay. What on my list? Oh, Zelda's Adventure.
God, that. Why does that exist?
I don't know, but somehow that was not the worst.
Okay.
And then there's a clear line of like, you know, like where things went from unacceptable to acceptable. And I had Mario is Missing, the
Okay.
educational game.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. That we looked up a guide for.
It was that bad? You were like, I don't even know how to do this.
We're
Well,
just
kind of. Yeah. To be fair, it was like we looked up a guide because we were just trying to figure out what the fuck we were supposed to do because the game didn't
Yeah.
really tell you.
yeah.
That's bad game design.
Yeah. Yeah, so the
Get it
biggest thing
together,
was you had to
Nintendo.
you had to stomp on Koopas because 3 Koopas in a level would have like a thing that they stole, like the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel just in their fucking dumbass pockets. And you had to just stomp on all of them until you had all 3 and then find where to turn them in at. And we didn't know whatever. But so Mario was missing.
And then Hotel Mario.
Okay.
Multiple Mario games on there.
Yeah. Hotel Mario and Zelda's Adventure were the Philips CDI games. Hotel Mario stopped working after like round 5 twice. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was one of those, like, if it were not a Mario game on this weird ass console, it would have been awesome. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best of the worst.
Now we're getting there. I mean, it's on the podium. Then
Is
we
it?
get Too Human.
I don't think it is.
Shit, what am I missing?
I mean, you put Hotel Mario at 4 unless I missed typing one in.
I don't know.
So I've got Superman 64, Sonic 06, Jack Bros, MK, Sub-Zero, Zelda's Adventure, Mario is missing, Hotel Mario.
You missed Fallout.
Oh, where's Fallout?
Fallout's between Jack Bros and MK Mythologies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There we go. Then the top
Cool.
two.
There we go.
The best of the worst.
Man.
Runner up.
Too Human.
Really?
That was one I'm like, okay. On paper, the weird just flailing wildly with the right analog stick to attack. I mean, it is definitely weird and dumb, but it's one of those I kind of actually enjoyed it as like a melee option, just being able to like.
Fair enough.
Oh.
I mean, like I told you, and I've said on this podcast before, Too Human, the idea of like the story, you know, like kind of the Norse mythology with more like futuristic tech and everything, cool. It's original, yeah. It's cool, but I could not get over the melee in that game. So the melee, Madeline, in Too Human, I don't know if you remember, the Silicon Knights
I don't even
classic. Know. Yeah. The melee, they decided that your where you swung your sword at would be decided by the right joystick.
Okay.
So as you're like running around with the left joystick, and in any other fucking 3D third-person game, you use the right joystick to move the camera. No, you turn it, and that will swing your sword just wherever you're fucking at. And
interesting.
And maybe it was just me not being able to get over that, but it just felt so like it felt so. We wanted this to be different, so it could be different.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
trying to create something new for no reason other than to just like be the first person that did it.
Exactly. Yeah. So then, Mike, I think I know what your number one is.
Yep.
That is your worst to least worst. Redfall, which.
Oh.
Yeah. That was actually, I think, was that the first one that we did?
That was the first one we did.
Yeah.
So it was all downhill from there.
Pretty much, yeah. Unfortunately, because we had to like disconnect Mike's stuff, the idea was to do Redfall like multiplayer, the two of us, but it just ended up we ended up doing all of this just on my stream and kind of Mike played I think 6 and I played 4.
Oh, nice. Can you still do Redfall multiplayer? Like they haven't cut down the servers or anything? Interesting.
Yeah. Hell, Mike, we had a problem with Mike even trying to join a fucking game.
Yeah, oh god.
Like start the game, yeah.
Put me in that stupid firehouse.
Yeah.
But like but it was all of the bright like all the lights were on.
Yeah.
Y'all should have bought like a $200 copy of Concord and tried to boot that up.
Could've.
All right, so mine from worst to least worst. I will never fucking leave this goddamn hill. Fuck you, Zelda, and fuck Zelda's Adventure. And your dumb fucking live action things with your dumbass drawn fucking... Fuck you, Zelda's Adventure. Live action video of a teenager in a pink wig. And I'm a old wizard. Go fuck yourself, old wizard.
Oh my god.
Okay. And then Superman 64.
Right?
Yeah. Which, to be fair, I didn't play Sonic 06, but I just, Yeah. Mike played Sonic 06, and I think at that time I went to the store. So I didn't even...
Like a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Just
hey, I came back.
He's still at the store to this day.
And then for me, it was MK Sub-Zero.
Yeah, man, you were going through it on that one.
Dude, that game. It was so MK Sub-Zero is a side-scrolling beat 'em up, which, MK characters, that's cool, that's fine. But all the controls were like MK, like Mortal Kombat fighting controls, which work for a fighting game when you're just in one area, but when you're trying to walk and do other things, like Mike said, the control scheme was just did not work for what it was trying to do. Then I had Sonic 06. Okay. Then I had 2 Human.
Okay.
Once again, control scheme. Fucking no. And then Redfall.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, which, we kind of switched there. Just why is it just, yeah. I hated playing it. I hated watching you play it, and I felt bad.
I just want there to be a good vampire game that comes out.
Right?
Like, is it too much to ask?
Is Vampire the Masquerade not good?
I don't know. That's an older game, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know they announced Vampire the Masquerade 2 Bloodlines, I think.
Oh yeah,
when the Xbox Series X was coming out, that was that was announced then.
It's been in like development hell, so like the team that was working on it disbanded and they shifted to another team.
Oh shit.
So I don't know where. I know they said it. I think it's coming out next year. They've announced that, but I have no idea what state it's in because I know a bunch of people played it at one point and they said it was like pretty good, and then it like that whole team disbanded.
Yeah.
So like it's something that sounds fun, but I'm kind of nervous that it's a good experience since it's been through so many tumultuous times.
I get it. Yeah.
The last good vampire game I played was the Vampire game, but it was really hard. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but I don't nod.
No. I know a band called Vampire that's dope, so.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Yeah. So, my next one, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, which I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
Just for me, it was like, oh, it's still a Fallout game. And I was able to fucking talk shit to a mayor.
Yeah, there you go.
So.
I just also like being in the Fallout world, so I could see that ranking higher, right? Like, even though it's not that fun, you're like, I just like being here. It's kind of the vibes are okay.
I believe, as of right now, until early 2025, it's the only Fallout game where you can play as a ghoul character.
Oh, until 76 gets that.
Until the 76 ghoul thing comes out, yeah.
Are you going to be playing that?
Obviously, yeah. Fuck yeah.
As the person I know with the most hours in Fallout 76, you got to give us the ghoul content we need.
Obvious, yeah. My number 3, it's like way different from his. Jack Bros. Because while it was obviously very, very simple, it besides like the time limit that you had on levels for some fucking reason, it was a functional game. Mm-hmm. It's like a little puzzle game, and it kind of goes back to the Fallout thing. Jack Bros is a Shin Megami Tensei kind of / Persona spin-off.
Oh, okay.
And it was for the Virtual Boy. Yeah.
Persona shirt right now.
What? What is that? Let me see.
My Persona shirt. The sleeve.
I didn't even know. I didn't see it. I'm so happy. God, I love Persona. Yep.
Me too.
Yep. Okay. My number 2. Mario is missing.
I get it.
Oh, no, hold on.
Is Mario's missing the one where Mario's dead, or is that a different one?
Not missing, is missing. Where Mario dies is, I think, Smash Brothers.
No. Didn't they release the one where it was like a detective story about who killed Mario?
No, that is the death of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, it was
or
Sonic.
Who murdered the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Why am I getting those confused? So,
they're both blue. So yeah, my number 1, legitimately Hotel Mario.
Yeah, that was that. Like I said, that was great.
Yeah, like as we said on the stream, even if you took out like Mario as a character and whatever, and you just made the actual gameplay of Hotel Mario into like a mobile game, it would be addicting. it's a very, very simple, like, puzzle kind of game. And I actually, like, we had a good time playing it to the point where we're like, we were bummed that it kept breaking at the same point because we just wanted to be like, oh, cool, yeah, we got 30 minutes. Awesome. Yeah, we'll keep doing these levels. But then
so they need to change their tagline to Hotel Mario, the best worst game you'll ever play.
when Nintendo resells these Philips CDI games.
Yeah.
Yeah. The games that we didn't get pulled up on the wheel were the other two Zelda CDI games, Wand of Gamelon and Legend of Fuck, E.T., Simpsons Wrestling, and I think one or two others, I can't remember. But Extra Life, massive success for us, you know.
Definitely.
These were our wheel of shit games, but Madeline, I feel I'm so sorry. We went twice the time on this than we expected.
It's okay, it happens.
Yeah. But the reason that we have Madeline Stanley on, as a lot of you that are watching or listening know, you're probably Kinda Funny best friends, and Madeline was selected from on high as the Kinda Funny, I forget the term, up-and-comer.
Up-and-comer, yep.
Yeah. So I messaged her, I think, the day that it was announced, being like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast next week and talk about it? And then it just took us a couple weeks to, to get to it. So
it's been a crazy October because basically, I went to San Francisco to do the up-and-comer the first week. And then you were like, oh, do you want to do it the week you get back? And I was like, I would, except for I have to catch up on all the work I missed, and I'm going to the When We Were Young festival, and I have to prepare for that.
God, I'm still so bummed we couldn't,
I know.
We walked into, and I think this happened to you too, walked into the When We Were Young festival, and cell service was just nowhere.
Gone.
Just gone.
I didn't get anything until we were staying in the Fontainebleau Hotel, which is really close. It was like right across the street, but I didn't get service until I was in the hotel.
Yeah.
And I saw you and a couple other people had like reached out, and people had like been trying to meet up with me, and it was like impossible. I know next year, like if you're going next year or if anyone else is going next year, like we have to make a plan beforehand because otherwise it's not possible to meet up with people.
No.
But I was so bummed too.
Yeah, the next week you were When We Were Young.
And then I don't remember what happened the week after. And then it was Halloween. It's just we're here.
Were you on JK?
Yeah, I was on JK Games podcast
okay.
for a week too. So trying to get all the Kind of Funny best friend podcasts, checked out. I've been lucky to be on this one before. So my second appearance, yay.
We're going to talk about something at the end that I think we initially talked about you coming on before, so I don't know if you're prepared, but we'll find that out.
I'm excited.
Yeah, but and you were on Neon Pocket Dimension. Were you on Neon Pocket Dimension or Neon Pocket Gaming?
Ooh, I think Neon Pocket Gaming.
Okay, with our good friend Jacob /OMJesus. Love him.
Yep, OMJesus and I had a little one-on-one chat. It was great.
Yeah.
And we talked about spooky games for the Halloween season, so definitely check that out. But yeah, it's always impressive to me, and something that I think about every time I get to interact with people from the Kind of Funny community. Like, there's so many talented people out here that have like these really awesome podcasts, and I love being on all of them and listening to all of them when I can. And also streamers, there's so many awesome people out there, and I have to, before we get too into it, give you the props, Mr. Hawks, for putting together that really, really nice video that made me cry. I got so many texts from like my family members who are like not really involved, or my friends who are not really involved, being like, who is Mr. Hawks and why did he make this nice video? I love it so much. And I was like, oh, it's just like how friendly and nice like this whole community is. But I have to issue another public thank you, because it was so nice, and I'm like gonna have that video forever to be able to like look at, and it's so sweet. It was such a surprise. Like when that was happening, And Andy was like, yeah, we just got to do our like stream outro video. And Mike was like, what stream outro video? I'm
we
the
have to do the stream outro, and it's like, we've never had that.
Yeah, Mike is he's like so confused, and then Andy was then Nick was like immediately suspicious, and he's like, it's something bad about me. It's got to be something bad about me. And I'm like, what is happening? And I also was like, is it about Nick? This is so strange. And then it took me by like complete surprise. And like nobody else, I think Andy was the only person on Kinda Funny who knew it was happening. So
I think it was Andy. I think Andy and Barrett knew, because Barrett.
Yeah.
So.
Had to set it all up, but everyone else was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. And they loved seeing like everyone's putting faces to names, and that was such a really cool, nice thing for you to do. How did all that get organized?
We talked about it on the podcast a few weeks ago, and it was essentially just when they announced it was you. And I was like, oh, that's somebody, not just, I know the name, like, that's somebody that I fucking know that's been on, my dumbass podcast that is a very huge part of the community. And I know there were a ton of people that I'm friends with that were just super happy. So I messaged, like Dex and Nuggies, the kind of people that I'm really close to. And like, hey, I've got this idea for this video. Would you want to, like, do you think it's a good idea? Would you want to be involved? And they were like, fuck yeah. And then I started reaching out to a few other people on Twitter, including Joe Mertens, Murder with Mertens, and was like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And do you want to, like, if you have any ideas of anybody else that would like to be in it, let me know. And Joe, the fucking glorious goddamn person he is, was like, yeah, I'm going to take that. And I'm just going to message people that I know that maybe Hawks doesn't know all that well.
Yeah.
So I literally just started getting Twitter DMs and just emails of videos from people.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So what I thought would be like maybe a couple minutes, a few people being like, hey, we're proud of you, ended up being what it was, which was a 12-minute video with a few minutes of me just, being a diva.
Not even. I was also surprised at how long it was. I was like, dang, do I know this many people? And I did. I was like, oh, every person was like, yeah, I love them, know them, like, been on their podcast, been on their streams. And I was like, dang, I didn't realize I had met and gotten to interact with so many of, like, going back to what I said, so many awesome people who are just, like, the coolest. And I've been so lucky. And that was such a good, like, just like representation of that. And then people messaging me afterwards being like, dang, I didn't know Mr. Hawks, like I wanted to send in a video too. And I'm like, well, that was crazy. That was
like I saw people in chat being like, oh, I didn't know about this, and I was trying to reply being like, I'm sorry, I just I reached out to the people that I know, and they reached out to some other people, and like it was not like we're keeping so and so out of it. It was just,
no, of course not.
Yeah. And then especially it was supposed to show up on Friday when you guys were playing, like, I forget what it was. Oh, Dead by Daylight. Like Andy said, in the morning on Thursday, hey, it'd be much easier if we could do it today. Could you get it done? And I was at work being like,
you're like, oh shit,
I'm gonna go home now. So and then got it all done. I actually did finish it, finalize it, upload it to YouTube, send it to Andy, checked my email, and Corey Cudney had sent me his video.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but since the stream was a bit longer because y'all were playing Until Dawn, I was able to be like, wait, hold on. No, hold on. And I deleted that and just like went and uploaded the other one.
One more thing.
Yeah. But, it was every single person I reached out to would like, hey, I've got this idea to do a video for Madeline. Where do I send it? What do you need? Where do I send it? And that was like, it wasn't what is it? Let me think. No, it was, what do you need? Where do I send it? Fuck yeah.
So touching.
Yeah. And then, like I said, I didn't know if it would be too creepy, but I did Instagram stalk you to find your husband's band page and reached out on his band page.
That's what he was like. So they have like a social media manager that runs there. And so she's contacting him. She's like, some random person is like contacting you. And then he's like, he actually dropped it like really subtly. And I like ribbed him about it either as well, because he was like, who's Mr. Hawks? Like, he followed me. And I was like, oh, like, I've been on his podcast. He's a friend. Like, he's Kinda Funny best friend. Like, I'm sure he's just, like, interested in the band because you guys make great music. And he's like, oh, yeah, totally. I just, like, didn't recognize it. It said he follows you too. And and he was like, I wasn't sure who it was, but did not let on that anything other than that. And I was like, you're sneaky. You definitely didn't let on to it. And he's like, oh yeah. And he was like, by the way, he messaged me like before he even got to San Francisco. Like he was on top of it. And I was like, dang.
Yeah. Like I said, like I think I maybe when it was announced, I was like, fuck yeah, Madeline. And I think maybe the weekend I thought, oh, this could be cool. Like, like just a thank you video, or like not a thank you, but like, hey, fuck yeah, you did it video. But now one bad thing is now
what?
I feel like whoever the next one is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just have to wait and see.
Yeah. My favorite part of the whole, showing it was first the beginning of everyone being like, the fuck, there's no outro video.
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, when your husband was on, and like he's talking and everything, and then Joey's just like, who is that?
Yeah, and I was like, that's my husband. She's like, oh.
Yeah. I purposely didn't put his name up on the screen because I was like, the only person that needs to know who this is Madeline. So
he liked that as well. So you did good on that.
Yeah. But yeah, that was like the end of your week. Tell us, like, give us the fucking timeline. And as you get started, I'm out of beer number 2 on election night. I'm gonna go grab beer number 3. I'm listening.
Always listening. Well, Mike, since you aren't leaving,
no, I'm here. I'm here for the long haul.
In it for the long haul. So yeah, it was a little crazy because I actually found out about going in August. And so it was at the beginning-ish of August. I had been like DMing with Joey about something else. And then she messaged me and she was like, hey, can you hop on a call like next week? I was like, that's weird. And so I like DM'd a couple of people who I'm in a group chat with, and I was like, Joey wants to like meet with me. And Banderison actually was like, I bet it's the KF up and comer. I was like,
oh, really?
No. Yeah, he called it right away.
Yeah.
And a couple other people were like, oh yeah, I bet that is. He was the first one that said it, and I was like, no, I bet it's like, I had sent Tim a message a while back being like, hey, if you ever want me to photograph any of your merch, like we could set something up and like you could ship me some shirts and I could get some other photos taken of it. Cause normally like they kind of do it in their office, but I was like, I do that professionally so I can level it up a little bit. And I thought it was going to be about that. But then when I got into the meeting, it was Tim and Joey and they were like, yeah, so just been watching you for a while and you're such a good part of the community. Like we were wondering if you would want to do the up and comer. And I was like, yeah, totally. And I like initially like,
did you put in for it?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I submitted myself.
Okay.
I did. Because I was talking to a couple people and I had to like practice what I preach because I think I was talking to Dex actually about it. And we were like going back and he's like, I'm going to submit and you should submit. Yeah, exactly. VerumDex, the best. And he was like, you should submit. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not like, I don't think it would be taking opportunity from someone who's like trying to be, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was just like, I don't feel like I should do it. And he was like, no, you should do it. Like, you're always encouraging everyone else. Like you should also do it. Like, what's the harm? And I was like, that's very good advice, Dex. Okay, so I'll do it. And I believe I should also thank him because I believe he also nominated me as well, which was so nice of him. So yeah, I did. And this is what I said. I think I said on some stream, like, the great representation of like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, nothing. They would have just never responded. Yeah. But the best that can happen is that you get it. So like, you should go for anything that you are like, even if you feel like it's so far out of reach or something that like you'll never get, like at least put your hat in the ring because you just never know when it's going to be your turn to like experience an awesome experience.
For me, I put in for it when they announced it at the beginning of the year before we even started this podcast. and I was just streaming kind of, and I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. I feel like that was one of the things, besides Mike being like, fuck yeah, let's do it, that led me to being like, yeah, I kind of want to do more, you know, like more creation and everything. And then, like I said, I messaged Mike, and he was like, fuck yeah, when do you want to start?
Yeah,
and
that's awesome, see?
Last year, we did one episode, and then I, you know, got super depressed and suicidal, so let's try it again.
And look at where you are now.
Still
Lots
depressed.
of episodes. Maybe more so tomorrow, but you have a lot of podcast episodes under your belt.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously you've been crushing it with doing everything that you've been doing.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, I'm honest. I'm glad that they were like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" As opposed to, "You won."
Yeah.
You know.
No, it was.
You
awesome.
want to do this?
Like,
not anymore. No, thank you though.
Actually, no, I'm good. Well, it is like a big commitment too. Like you have to kind of. I had to see if I could take a week off of all of my other things and like go over there, which ended up like working out really well. But you just never know. Because I know they had someone else in the works, and we were maybe gonna do it at the same time. Which, like, looking back at it now, I'm really glad we didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was like doing. I don't know, I was really glad I was able to do as many things as I did get to do. And I think if there had been someone else there, like, I definitely, that would have, you know, been more of sharing my time. Like, selfishly, I'm, like, glad I got to have the whole KF team to myself.
I mean, I feel like that would have been a disservice to both of you, you know? In kind of a... And still, like, it's the best scenario for both of you, but that would still be like, okay, yeah, we're splitting time between this, and maybe we both can't do everything that we'd want to do and everything that we can now use for, you know, like, you've got a reel now. You've got a fucking professional goddamn reel that you can put on things, you know, like, so.
Yeah, and I think their thought process was, like, when they had initially done it with Chloe and Blessing, like, obviously that was something that I was talking to Blessing about, which is just, think about how different, Kinda Funny as a company, but also, like, the world is between 2019 and 2024, because it was 2019 when Blessing and Chloe did it, and they were still in the spare bedroom, like, apartment, and, like, that was such a different experience. And now being in the big studio, like, Greg's a parent now, there's, like, all these different changes. The company's so much bigger. We have, like, Mike and Roger and just, like, so many more people. So it's, like, it is such a different experience. I think back then they felt like it would have been better if Chloe and Blessing had someone to, like, depend on, I guess, maybe, or, like, go through the experience with. But I'm glad I did it by myself. And I hope the next person feels the same way, like, they're able to get everything they want out of it, because I definitely, like, was on almost, I think I, like, was averaging, like, 3 shows a day the entire time I was there.
On every show that they have now?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Kinda Funny Games Daily, you were on a couple times. You hosted one day. Killed it.
Yep.
You were on In Review twice now, actually, because you came back the next week. She did The Shining and then Dr. Sleep the week after, which I think there were a lot of Kinda Funny best friends when they announced, like, hey, the schedule for next week, and it just said Dr. Sleep in review with so-and-so, Madeline and so-and-so, and everyone's like, oh, that's a first name thing? She's part of the team. Like, it's not, and our guest, Madeline Stanley, it was like, I forget who it was, like, Tim, Nick, Madeline, Mike, you know, or Andy, whoever the fuck was on it. And like, a lot of people clocked, oh, yeah, we're putting Madeline's first name because you know who the fuck she is now. You know,
which is crazy.
Yeah. Now, real quick, since we don't get a lot of views, who's the other one? I could start making a video now. Who is it?
I can't say.
Do you know?
I have inklings of a person who was approached, but the timing doesn't work. So I'm not sure if they're approaching someone else or if that person's moving the timing. So I cannot say because I don't want to put the wrong information out there.
It's me.
But imagine. That would be awesome. I think they would love to have you.
That would be much better for me because I wouldn't have to make a video.
For yourself. You're like, everyone say something nice about me now. Send it to me.
No reason. Just do it.
Well, obviously, if it was you, I would have to
It's
take
Mike.
that on my mantle.
It's Mike.
Is it Mike? Mike, is it you?
I mean, I'm not at liberty to say.
Can't say. You don't know?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we had to put Mike in the video, even though he's not really.
Well,
Not to
Mike.
sound bad, but like he's not really part of like the Kind of Funny community. I'm like, yeah, but he knows he knows Madeline. Like she's been on podcasts and.
Mike and I go way back, so I was
way
happy to
back.
see you, Mike.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I mean, you got the message from Joey being like, hey, can you join a meeting?
Yeah.
Which, as somebody who works in an office, is the most terrifying goddamn question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you
I
have
was like-
time later? We could just meet up on a Zoom.
Then I was like, is there a way I can be in trouble with Kinda Funny? Like, are they mad at me? Like,
Am I
what
getting
would I have
fired?
done?
What the fuck?
I'm like, I don't work there, but like, are they gonna be like, Madeline, you're answering too many questions in the chat. You need to stop talking.
You gotta calm down, okay?
Madeline, this is now an HR issue.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, can I have possibly done something wrong that And then I was like, no, that's crazy. It has to be about something like, I don't know. And then I was like, when I found out what it was, I was like so shocked. And then I had to sit with it because they were like, we don't want you to tell anybody because like we want it to be a community thing where we are all learning about it together. But then like, there was a lot of stuff going on in people's personal lives and with the company. So like they kept pushing back like when they were gonna announce it. So like I told my husband and I told my mom, like my best friend, none of who are in Kind of Funny community. I'm like, you can't tell anybody, especially not anyone in Kind of Funny. My husband was like, I don't talk to those nerds, so it's not important to me.
He does talk to one nerd
Yeah, now he talks to you.
for like a few days, and that was
But no, he loves the Kind of Funny community from afar. He loves that I love them. But and yeah, they kept pushing it back, and then finally they were like, I was going the next week, and Joey's like, so yeah, we're gonna announce it on Friday, and we'll see you on Monday. And I was like, whoa, it's gonna be crazy for people to find out about it, and then me like be on it so quickly, which I think was a fun thing to see the people's responses.
I do think that was a good thing though, because we were all so hyped, and then it was like, cool, we don't have to wait. It's not okay, let's get through this week of just whatever. No, it's, by the way, next week Madeline's here all week.
Yeah.
And everybody, I don't know if you were in the chat, you saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, just so much fucking elation. And nobody was like, oh, who is that? No, everybody was like, fuck yeah, she deserves it.
Yeah. No, that was honestly something I was a little worried about. Not that everyone has to like me by any means, because everyone has their own people who they vibe with more than others. And I think that's one of the strengths of having a larger cast of people, right? Like some people like vibe more with Greg, some people vibe more with Blessing, some people vibe more with Mike. Like we all have our different personalities at work. But
we've been trying to vibe with Mike on this podcast for a long fucking time.
Mike, get over here.
Text him.
I don't have his number, I don't think.
He's streaming right now, and every time he starts streaming, I go in there and be like, hey, what's up, Mike? Check your Twitter DMs. What's going on? And he's just like, hey, Hawks. And then just goes over it. Like, fuck you, dude.
He's like,
Come on.
I will. I'll
you.
do it. And then he doesn't. But
yeah.
People were overwhelmingly nice. Like, I was really surprised. Even, like, I feel like this was a bit masochistic of me. Like, after I was gone, I, like, went back and looked through the YouTube comments. And there was only a couple of mean ones. And people I didn't even know were defending me, which was really nice. Like, someone had commented, like, I don't know if all these people who like this Madeline girl are her friends and family because she's a 2 out of 10 host. And I was like, well, objectively, that's just not true. But some person who I have never interacted with before commented beneath and was like, I don't know Madeline at all. This is my first time seeing her, and I think she's great. I don't know what's wrong with you.
YouTube chat and comments. Almost anytime they stop a show and they're like, hey, I want to talk to this person who posted this thing.
It's always YouTube.
It's fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The YouTube chats, the live chats on YouTube are just the shittiest fucking people.
Well, and so like from something I knew, but like it's like one of those things you know, but until you've experienced it, you don't fully know, which is like being behind that desk and looking at the screen with both the YouTube and the Twitch chats going and how many people are in there. It's so hard to like respond to people or like pull comments if you don't say them right away. And so like there were so many times where like I would see you in the chat or other people who I was friends with who would like say something nice or whatever, and I would be like, unless I interrupted who was speaking at this moment, if I was like, Blessing, wait, I need to call out Mr. Hawks. Like,
Blessing, wait, like thanks, Hawks. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was so hard to keep threads, so I would like try to keep them in my mind and then like bring them up if I could, but it was so difficult. And I was like, they're so natural about incorporating the comments, but it is so much more overwhelming than I would have expected it to be.
So is it just one? Do they have both chats just kind of in one feed?
Yeah, they're merged on like a screen.
Okay.
I think you can see with the icons like which is which.
Yeah.
But they are just like one. So it's not like you're like, I'm looking at the YouTube TV and I'm looking at the Twitch TV. They're all just like one. So,
because I mean, I feel like, and probably because they're shitheads, I feel like most of the time I hear them respond to somebody or like call out a post, it's a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And I think most of the time it is, the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like just dumb shit. So yeah, you get the call, you're doing it. Tell us like the shows and everything, like kind of the process of the behind the scenes of, you know, you were on Kinda Funny Games Daily on Monday.
Yep, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
As the co-host. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was Wednesday when you were the host, or Friday? Or both?
Friday when I was the hosting.
Okay, yeah, Friday. So, Kinda Funny Games Daily, for those who don't know, you've got your main host who's kind of setting everything up, and then you have a co-host who's almost like almost like a color commentator.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to... Oh, my spouse is already home from work, so if you hear Oliver out there, I apologize. He gets very excited. So you've got the host who is teeing everything up, and kind of the color commentator. So on Monday and Wednesday, Madeline was that color commentary, you know, which I think there's definitely two different, and you can, you know, either back me up or tell me that I'm completely fucking wrong. There's two different toolkits when it comes to either being the host or being the almost sidekick. I hate to say sidekick, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, co-host is fine.
Yeah, but co-host, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was crazy because on Monday, like the night before, Greg was like, how involved in Xbox and Halo are you? And I was like, not really.
Yeah.
I was like, I've played Halo a couple of times, but I'm by no means like a Halo expert. I won't have a lot to add. And he was like, okay, do you care if we like have Mike interrupt us and do a whole Halo thing? Because there was a bunch of like breaking Halo news.
Yeah, because that was
and
I think the night before is when they announced like, hey, we're not 343 anymore. We're Halo Studios. We're going to Unreal Engine 5, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that ended up working out so well because I was so nervous, like that was my very first show, and like I feel like the most like buttoned down, like it has its pieces, right? Of like things it's trying to hit. And even as a co-host, you're like, okay, I have the things I have to say, and I have this like whole document that's like extremely well organized that I need to look over, and I feel like I need to be like well versed on all these topics. But being able to kind of like have Greg introduce me, and then we talked about like one thing, and then Mike and Paris like jumping in and like interrupting, like gave me time to leave, like catch our breath and be like, you're doing this, you got this. And like
you were able to get that initial high of, oh shit, this is happening. Hi everybody. And then catch your breath and come back on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that ended up working out super well because I was like, okay, I got this now. And then like weirdly enough, every news topic that day I had an opinion about, or I like knew, because it was like about alien isolation, and it was like about Silent Hill and something else, and I was like, wow, this like feels like tailored to my specific interests.
So I've got a question about that.
Yeah.
So obviously they have like you have the rundown of, hey, story 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then is it just did you see that and be like, oh cool, let me take some notes about this, let me take some notes about this, or was it just kind of, all right, story 1 is Halo, here's Mike and Paris, we come back, story 2, Alien Isolation is getting a sequel, what are your thoughts? Like, are you kind of mentally preparing or even writing things down for it, or are you just kind of, as it comes up, you're thinking?
Yeah, so they make the document like every morning, and then like usually at least what I did is I would like go an hour or an hour and a half early and just spend that time like looking it over, and if there wasn't something that I knew anything about, then I would go look it up. But usually like within the document it has like, I mean, a lot of those are sourced from an article, right? So, you know, such and such from Kotaku, so I'll go read the article and then mentally make notes about things I want to say. I think there was a couple times where there was like keywords I would write to myself in a separate document of like points that I want to touch on, but a lot of times it was just me like making sure that I was abreast of the topic, because it is a very conversational show, so it's not like if
it's not just headlines. It is, like I said, you're the color commentator, so it's here's a headline, now we're talking about it.
So yeah, I don't feel like one of the things is like, obviously you should have some kind of input or knowledge, but it's not like I need to know like who the head of 343 is to have a conversation about it. I can just talk about how I feel about Halo and how it's like connected to my life, which I didn't. But like, let's say Alien Isolation, like I don't need to exactly have like every detail memorized. But it is helpful to just have some context and then say how I feel and the thoughts I have about it, rather than like memorizing any specific notes, I guess. Does that make sense?
No, it does. 100%. 100%. Mike, and I apologize. This is a lot of kind of funny talk.
It's all right.
Yeah. Mike's just sitting there silent. I love you, buddy. You know I love you.
I know.
Okay.
We love you, Mike. Do you have any questions, Mike?
Exactly. Please. If you got anything, like even just ask Madeline about her photography. And how she photographed Blessing Adeoye Jr.
I did.
Nice. Well,
Mike's actually a photographer. A really, really fucking good
I know. He does some great photos.
Yeah.
I was just looking at your Twitter the other day.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I had something, but then I lost it.
Somebody complimented me. Fuck.
Damn it.
It's okay. It'll come back to you.
Yes, and I'll just go ahead and just cut off Hawks.
That's fine.
Just interrupt Mr. and be like, wait a minute.
Hold on, I remembered it.
Wait.
So yeah, the other cool thing like that I just feel like is cool to give context on, which was that when I met with Joey and Tim, they were like, what do you want to do? Like, we want to do what you want to do. So like, tell us what shows you want to be on, or like if you don't want to do show stuff, like if you'd rather do production stuff, or like, so when we had initially talked, like
what if you came in, you're like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to watch you in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to stand in the corner during all the shows and just...
They were like, we want you to like do whatever you want and like give us all of your pitches, and like we'll say no if we can't do it, but we'll try to make whatever is possible happen. So like I pitched a bunch of
Before I forget this, did you get to meet Kevin at all? Because I know he just had a baby. He and Paula just had a baby. Congrats.
Unfortunately.
I don't know if he like came in or anything.
No, I think it was like they had just had their baby too. Like it was not.
Oh, fair enough.
It was it was like it was like days like within that. So they were definitely ensconced in their own thing. But I did leave like a little card for him that I think Tim delivered, hopefully. And that was a bummer. And everyone was like, oh, we wish you could meet Kevin. Like, I think you guys would get along. He brings like such an energy to the office. Unfortunately, it did not happen.
That's fine. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, Kevin and Paula just had a baby. Paula, and so they were asking you like, what do you want to do, kind of everything like that.
And so like initially we had talked about me even doing some photos for like a new merch line they're launching, which I still don't think it is out yet. And And then I like pitched all these different ideas for shows, and I was like, you tell me which ones of these are the best. And they were like, actually, we like love all of these, but like you're gonna end up being on like 3 shows a day and not have time to really do any like production stuff or like photography or anything like that. Like, is that okay with you? Because like we love all of your ideas. Like, do you just want to be on the show all the time? And I was like, yeah, because when else am I gonna get the chance to do it? Like,
yeah.
I was so tired every day though, because like I was basically talking for like 4 to 6 hours every day, and then I would go home and I would like work on my Gregway, or I was working on Kinda Funny Games Showdown, which I'm sure we'll get to. And I had like all of these extra projects that I had like made for myself, and everyone kept checking in with me like, are you sure you want to be doing all of this? Like, this is a lot of work. And Nick's like, you really don't have to do all of this. And I was like, I want to. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. So do you have a list of like a rundown of everything that you were on?
Yeah, so I was on 3 Kinda Funny Games daily, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 Gamescast, that was Tuesday, Thursday, and then I was kind of on Friday's Gamecast for like a moment where we talked about Silent Hill. And then I did 2 in reviews, Game Showdown, and then
the second interview was the next week, right?
Yeah, the second interview was the next week.
Okay. And that was remote?
And then
still, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then we did the Kinda Funny podcast, and then 3 stream afternoons, because we did 2 Until Dawns and 1 Dead by Daylight. So yeah, I averaged it out, and it was like, on Friday, I was on like the whole day. I was on Kinda Funny Games Daily, Gamescast, Game Showdown, and the stream. And then also I had done a Gregway that day and a Gregway the day before. And so it ended up averaging out, to like 3 to 4 shows a day.
Yeah. Okay, where were we? You were on every show.
Yep.
Killed it every time.
Thank you.
Y'all played all of Until Dawn, the remake.
Sure did.
Yeah. And then you got to announce the release date of the Alan Wake 2 DLC with a video.
I wish.
Yeah.
No, because it was a great video from Mr. Hawks and all of my friends, so I appreciate everyone.
No, I saw you posting about like, hey, Sam Lake, Remedy, maybe you can let us announce the release date. So I thought, oh, that'd be a funny thing to kind of put at the front and get her excited, but I don't think it didn't really play well. Whatever. That wasn't the point of the video.
I think it worked. I was just confused. I was like, what? Like
Yeah.
this? Because Greg had also retweeted it, and I was like, well, if Greg retweets it, like Sam Lake might see it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was likely to happen, but I don't know. You never know.
I also was like, I'm like, I don't want to put like the Remedy logo on there to make it
Like too official. Yeah.
So
They start suing you. They're like, excuse me.
and to
That
be
was
fair,
hilarious.
there were only 2 digs at Nick in that video. Hi, balloons. Only 2. One of them was drowned out, which was me at the very beginning. I don't know if you caught that one.
I did.
And then one was it OMGLX, I think?
Yeah, maybe.
Was like, I was going to put in for it, but I'm close to 40, and I see how they treat Nick. And he heard me, he was like, no.
And he's like, oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you were on KFGD multiple times, a few games cast, the Kinda Funny Podcast, which, once again, Kinda Funny Podcast, for those who don't know, is more of just like a, hey, here's just like almost real life kind of shit that we've been doing lately, or here's a topic, here's this. And then, yeah, you did a Kinda Feudy.
Oh, it was so fun. Kinda Funny Game Showdown, Kinda Feudy, a very special edition of Kinda Feudy. This was such a fun. So this was one of my first ideas that I sent to Joey, because I wasn't sure if Tim was going to be participating or not. So I was like, I just wanted to run something by you, Joey, if this is possible. Like, what if we do a Kinda Feudy episode, but like it's all Mike's answers, and like halfway through, if they don't guess, we'll tell them.
Yeah.
And she was like, I love this idea. This is the best idea ever. I'm going to have to tell Barrett or someone in production, but like I won't tell anybody else. So then you have the full cast as if to who you want to participate. And she's like, do you know who you want to participate? And I was like, well, I actually really want Blessing on, because he never gets to do the show.
Yeah, because he's running it. Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like that will be fun for him to be on the other side of the desk. And then I was like, whoever other two wants to do it, like whether that's Tim and Andy or Andy and Greg or whoever ends up being, like, I actually don't have like a specific cast for the other two people. So like whoever ends up working. And
Just it can't be Mike.
Yeah, it just can't be Mike.
To be fair, that would also be hilarious.
Yeah, he knows all the answers.
How does Mike get all the 50 answer? What the fuck?
So then I talked to... So then I guess at some point, Joey told Blessing that I was going to do an episode and he was going to participate, but not anything else. So he sent me his whole document of like what he does. And he has like a very detailed document of all of those things. And so I had to fill that out. And then I had to think of questions. And then like on my way to San Francisco, I was like, shit, I have to like actually put out these questions or otherwise they're going to know that I like pulled them from nowhere.
Yeah.
So then... I had to like figure out how to do the Google form and like set that up. And then I realized no one had talked to Mike about it until I got there. So on Monday I was like, hey Mike, I realized I hadn't talked to you about this. Here's my idea. And it kind of explained to him the concept. He's like, I love it. I love it so much. Send me the questions. I'll give you my answers. And he's like, how many questions do you need me to answer? And I was like, well, there's only 5 questions, but like let's have some couple extra ones. So I think he ended up answering 10 of them.
Yeah.
And
I think the thing that you put out had more than 5 questions.
Yeah.
Which, when as somebody who so the Kinda Feudy thing for me is like the question list is going to sound real dumb, is real special to me. Because it was last year when kind of Blessing started putting them out more frequently. I had a coworker who I was working with who was also a really big gamer. And kind of when he would be like, hey, here's a new thing, I'm like, cool, brother, here, let's do this. And that was kind of like, that was one of our things. It's like, hey, we're filling out the Kinda Feudy thing. And then he left. So then there were a few Kinda Feudy prompts where I just didn't fill anything out because I was like, yeah, okay. But then he literally just came back to the company when you put yours out. So it was legitimately like the first one that we could do together again was yours. So when you put it out and it was like, hey, Madeline, because I think it just said, Madeline's going to be on Kinda Feudy. Here are the questions for it. So I assumed, as I said in the video, that you were going to be you were going to be one of the participants. So that's why I said, congrats on winning Kinda Feudy tomorrow. Still, I think you did.
I did.
I think you still won Kinda Feudy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like for me, like we went through the whole list and that's just kind of like, that was one of the things that we could do every other month or so. And it was just a fun thing. Like we became friends and he was out of my company for almost a year and we were still friends because, hey, it's not just somebody that you worked with. It's somebody that, we worked together. We did the Kinda Feudy things together. We talked about games, all this stuff. And it was just like, a friendship. If he is listening to this, fuck you, Taylor.
Well, I feel bad because...
Yeah.
That's an awesome story, but I also feel like because several people were like, this is the first Kinda Feudy form I filled out, and they aren't even using my answers. And I was like,
the thing is,
oops.
So for those who, for anybody who doesn't know, Kinda Feudy is so backing up, Kinda Funny, every Friday, except for right now, because I think they're like in between seasons, they have a show called Game Showdown, which has a few different almost trivia games or drawing games if they want to piss somebody off. One of the games is called Kinda Feudy, and it is
Family Feud inspired.
Yeah. So the host, Blessing Adeoye Jr., will put out like a Google form being like, hey, here's 20 things. And it's like, name an open world RPG. Name a game that has this. Name this. Name this. And then he takes all the answers, and that is the top 5 for Kinda Feudy, Family Feud, Kinda Feudy. So for Madeline, when she was on, they released a special one saying, hey, Madeline's going to be on this Kinda Feudy. Here are, what it was like 10?
Yeah, I think it's 10.
Yeah. So here's 10 things to answer. And, my colleague and I went through, we answered them all. And then what happened. But for anybody that is upset that, hey, they didn't use my answers, what that means is that Blessing, probably when Kinda Feudy comes back, could just be like, cool, here are these questions, because nobody knows the answers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to... I did give him the answers to what I sent out, but I don't know if he'll use them or not. But there will be another... He'll put out another one. So if you are upset because your answer didn't get in, check Blessing's Twitter. He'll tweet out another
Blessing
one.
tweets them, and it is just what I would like to happen is... And I hope I remember... Mike, try to remind me, because you're not drinking, I'm drinking. The next time Blessing tweets one out... We'll do this. We'll fill it out together on an episode.
That'll be fun.
We'll probably get Mike's answers because I'll have already filled it out at work with my coworker, and we can get Mike's answers, and that's hey, fucking cool, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is just like hey, name of this, give me this, and then you put one answer in, and it is the top 5 answers are on the board.
Yeah, so they like fill into a spreadsheet, and then you sort the spreadsheet like alphabetically and see which answers have the most. So like one of the questions that everyone really liked was like, what band would be on a Tony Hawk soundtrack in 2024? And so I would go sort it A to Z, and then all the Blink-182s are together, all of the Chappell Roans are together. That is one of the things.
All the Chappell Roans, all of them.
All of them.
All of the
you
Chappell
mean one? The one?
More than just Mike said Chappell Roan.
I put fucking neck deep because I was like, it'll be like a.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. So Matt, so we've kind of gone over what is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've kind of talked about how this is a mic. What did you do?
What do you mean? What did I do?
So what? So you got what 1,000 answers from people. But you didn't. What did you tell Mike? What did you get Mike to do?
I just said answer these questions honestly.
Okay.
He sent me the answers.
Because there were 5. Did you tell him, hey, here are the 10 questions that I might answer. Give me your top 5. Because for me, when I fill it out, it is just name a band that could be on today's Tony Hawk.
So I said, give me your top 5, in order of what you think of them. So first comes to mind, second comes to mind, third. And he answered all of them. And then I was like, I have to order these in a very strategic way because I want them to be the funniest ones, but I also don't want it to be immediately apparent that it's Mike playing and that we're doing shenanigans. So the first one is weird, but it's not so out of the realm of possibility. And the second one it's really starting to get weird and everyone's like, what the hell is this?
So
and then I saved some crazy ones for the end as well.
So I'm gonna flip over here.
Yeah.
Hi. Mike, say something.
Hello.
Yay! Hello. And I think we have audio here too, if we turn it on.
Should.
The answer would be Paramore.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you remember what the round? Because I think it was after round 2 is when you.
Yeah, so I think this round 2 was the what bands are gonna be.
But that's not my answer. That's not my answer.
2024 Tony Hawk.
Because they came back.
And that's when they're
recently.
like, who the hell would say Chiodos?
At 10 points, Sublime.
No, this is awful.
Madeline, stupid people follow you.
I'm so sorry to my followers. Please don't leave.
So
that was so good when Greg's like, stupid people follow you, and I was like, not me.
So once again, these lists get sent out. Blessing will tweet it, who he has tens of thousands of followers, and a ton of people will respond. And then it is also put on the Patreon page, which is
and
typically
kind of
where
funny
I see it.
Also retweeted mine,
kind of funny will
but
retweet
it is
so.
It'll more go to my followers than theirs, I guess, because it's my thing. But that was also me playing up because I didn't want to reveal it quite at the moment. So I was like, I guess my followers are just different than the kind of funny audience.
Before you go, Barrett. What you got for me?
Let's see. What is
your pick?
So round 2 here, real quick.
Tony Hawk soundtrack in 2024.
Yeah, round 2 is who would be on the Tony Hawk soundtrack in 2024.
I don't know who goes first here because you guys both have 0.
You usually go 0. And
I'll
then
say-
you're supposed to.
Yeah. Your pick.
Andy goes first.
Hey, it's you.
I don't like this, man.
I'm gonna fix this for you. It's not
Thank
bad.
you.
How hard was it for
I'm
you
gonna
to
say-
not just laugh?
So hard. I was like, this was the thing.
I still feel
and
like people are
it
going to
was
put
both
in
fun
artists that are not
and
banned.
unfortunate that this was the one of the very
But I still
last
wanna
shows
follow
I
the rules.
did, right?
Okay.
The only
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
I did after this
Generally,
was
I
Dead by
follow the rules,
Daylight.
you know.
But
Yeah.
this was the thing I
Everyone
was
knows
most
the
nervous
rules.
because I was like,
Follower.
if I pull
I'm gonna
this
go with
off,
Blink-182.
it's gonna be so
Blink
funny.
182 is an
And if I
excellent
don't,
answer.
it's gonna be such a disappointment
is
for
not
me
on the
because I have
list.
all these like plans for
Yeah.
this moment.
Yeah.
And so
That was just one of
I
those,
was so nervous
you
all
picked
day
Zelda.
trying to make sure that they didn't
answer
know.
to
It's a really good
and that
catch-all.
no one
Blink
else
182 is
in the
extremely
studio knows.
popular. It kind of has the vibe.
And that's the thing is like so many
Much
bands that you would
understand
think from
a
back
little
then
bit.
Yeah.
that should have
And
been
like
on it or
I
are
guess
on it,
Tim
you
had
think would
talked
still
to
be on it
Barrett
here,
and
'cause
Barrett
they are still
revealed
making music.
Barrett did not
But
reveal
then
the
again,
twist,
are
but
we-
he was
are
like, Tim,
people
you're
taking
so glad
this
you're
so
not on this
seriously and
episode.
trying to
Like
pick mine?
you're gonna want to
I'm gonna
watch
say-
it though. It's gonna be so funny.
So-
Tim's like,
so-
oh, I wanted to be on it.
Who knew, besides
there
Mike,
we
who
go.
knew about it? Was it Barrett?
Also a good answer.
Just Mike, Barrett, and Joey.
But
That's
it's
it.
not.
And Joey.
Oh,
Oh,
I think
yeah, Joey.
I think Roger knew as well.
Okay. So like,
But nobody else
So Joey is not on camera a lot. She does a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and Roger and Barrett do kind of production. So they are on
Yeah.
camera sometimes, but they are the production people.
We should at the end of it let Barrett see if he got it. But I even think Barrett would take it not too serious. Well, yeah, too seriously. I think Barrett would give you a lot of great like pop punk. Here's this thing, and like, do people know?
Well, this
So
is-
Barrett
it was
knew.
so- And the thing that's like, I didn't get to. Yeah, he says, I know, I can't tell you. I had to go watch the chat pop, like, because it's a game show. We don't have the chat up for this either, so I didn't get to
Yeah.
see people reacting. But I heard people laughing in the break room, like they were laughing so loud in the break room that I could hear them. And then obviously
Like
like
before the reveal.
This is rhetorical.
no, like as the reveal was happening, as
Oh,
like
okay,
they were
okay.
watching it. And then like obviously these guys reacted really big too. And then I went back like later that night and was watching YouTube, the YouTube and the Twitch chat just like go nuts. And it was so gratifying.
Yeah.
I think even I was in chat, be like, "What the fuck is wrong with everybody?"
Everybody was.
Yeah.
I'll give you one. No.
No, don't give him anything.
Well, it was
So-
for everyone.
He doesn't give
Y'all
This-
can guess
Oh,
as
fine,
well.
okay.
So round two specific question
Give us
is:
that tip when it's my turn.
name a band or like an artist
Blessing goes, I'll
that
give
would
you
be
one
on
hint.
a
Okay.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater
I know it's a bad
soundtrack
answer. Y'all can
today.
get so mad at me for saying
Yeah.
this.
So if there was a
but
brand new one
listen,
today,
it's been in my head
name
all
an
week.
artist
You
who
got
would be
zeros
on it.
all
Make
over.
make me a believer.
Oh, Imagine Dragons.
Imagine Dragons.
That's a great call.
Imagine Dragons does have quite a history with video games,
Starfield, baby.
and it's a great choice, but it is not on the list.
All right, give me your tip now.
I will say one of these answers is not. Maybe two of these answers are not bands.
It's definitely one of the
Maybe two.
content.
I'm next.
Maybe two.
Tandy's
This is
turn.
one of the
Greg.
most the piece of
Kendrick
content I'm
Lamar.
most proud of doing on Kind of Fun.
Yes.
I can't believe you just stole that right out from under
Like
Greg.
so.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
matter
So I mean,
because that is not on the
Kinda
list.
Feudy is
Right.
just
Fuck.
it. It is a show that I love to watch.
Real
personally.
summers this time.
I think I know Greg's next answer.
I mean,
If
Taylor
he doesn't
Swift.
give it, I'm gonna give it.
Let's see here.
Damn.
I'm going for.
Chappell Roan is another.
Because my other answer is Chappell Roan.
Oh,
You know
that's a
what?
great one.
I'm gonna say
Bless.
Chappell Roan.
Chappell Roan
Chappell
is
Roan.
another woman of the moment.
Yep.
And she is on the
Let's
list.
freaking go.
At
pick.
50 points
What?
to Blessing.
Freaking go. Y'all don't want the smoke.
Damn.
there's-
I'm going for
Like-
a perfect game.
I really thought
You
Paramore
fucking
was
shit
going
the
to be
bed
on
on
the
the
list.
first one.
Perfect is that you guys both get zero.
Oh, okay.
So let's round up the scores right
Wait, what are the
now.
other
Wait, this is the end of the round,
Oh,
right?
well, yeah, we have to tell the
Yeah,
answer.
and this is about the moment's about to happen.
Yes. So throughout this round, everybody gets up to 2 picks unless there's a clean sweep, which is 5 in a row, and then the 6th person doesn't get to go because all 5 answers were done. So, like in the middle, like during this round, the only person that got anything right was Blessing with
Blessing.
Chappell
Yeah.
Roan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like we heard Andy say, or was Andy or Greg said Blink-182. Somebody said Paramore. Nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So at the end of the round, the only person that got points was Blessing, who said Chappell Roan because she's popular.
Yeah, she's a woman of the moment, like I said.
She is.
Yeah.
She's a woman of the moment. She was just on SNL last weekend. I watched both of her performances because they have SNL live on Peacock, which is cool as shit. I get to watch it. And yeah, She did something on SNL. Side note, she did something on SNL that you never see, which is in the middle of like while she was singing one of her songs, which I know Hot to Go because Mike fucking talks about it all the time. I think it was Pink
Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club, and I know that because I was in a kickball league. One of the teams was named Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Good song.
It's an LGBTQ plus kickball league. My team was called 100% That Pitch. They were
Love
Pink
it.
Pony Club, and yeah, there were 6 other teams. But she was singing that song on SNL, which typically is just a, hey, come and sing your song, fuck off. And during like the final, I think, chorus, she was singing, and she put the mic out to the crowd, which if you've ever watched SNL...
Yeah, they never do.
Yeah, the crowd is just there. She put the mic out to the crowd, and the crowd is singing along, and you can hear
Which is
it.
crazy.
Which, like I said, for those who aren't SNL, comedy nerds like I am, does not happen. It's Chappell Roan, and it was Fear in the 80s, and they were immediately banned from the show forever. And it was in The Smiths also. But yeah, like, so she fucking just crushed it on SNL. I hate to say it, would not be good for a Tony Hawk game. No. Especially not the fucking 50-point answer. So, the most popular answer for who would be in a Tony Hawk game was Chappell Roan.
Yeah, and I think this is where everyone's like, this can't...
Blessing got the 50 points.
What is
with Chappell
happening
Roan.
here?
I think everybody is...
We had Chiodos.
What the fuck?
Chiodos.
Points.
Wait, stop before you go. Barrett.
What
You got for me? What are the other
He does know the answers, he said.
Yeah,
he
he
does.
Yeah, I know. I always have to run a show, Bless.
Sorry.
Come on.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
At 40 points, we have Chiodos. At 30 points, Coheed and Cambria. At 20 points, Spice Girls.
Oh my
Andy's
God,
face
fuck
of
off.
disgust
And
and disdain.
At 10 points, Sublime.
No, yeah, this is awful.
Madeline, stupid people follow you.
I'm so sorry to my followers. Please don't leave.
Chiodos.
Let's wrap up the
Somebody says it.
scores.
I mean, I loved Chiodos in 2006.
Did Andy
Did
who
Mike
says
vote
it?
for them?
Who knows who had
He said, does
access?
Mike
Why does he
vote
have
for
a
them?
mic?
Yeah, what is going on with Mike?
So what Andy says something here.
Chiodos.
Let's wrap up the
Don't even know who that
scores.
is.
I mean, I loved Chiodos in 2006. Did Mike vote for them?
Who knows
he's-
who had
why is he-
access?
Why does he have a mic?
Yeah, what is going on with Mike?
Whose favorite band is Chiodos, Andy?
Yours.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Am I the audience? Is it all about me each and every day? Madeline and I have teamed up to make this special.
No way.
Kind of Feudy.
No.
Yes.
All Snowbike Mike answers. That's right.
All answers from Snowbike Mike.
That was a lie! You said 600 people!
I'm so sorry. I did pull 600 people. Blessing, you can have those answers later if you would like to use them. I discarded all of them.
I want it on the record that the panel did not know this. When I called your followers stupid, I did not realize I was building to a bit and reveal that it was Snowbike fucking Mike.
It makes so much sense.
It makes Chappell Roan, Chiodos.
I mean, I know that Mike's the only person who's ever mentioned Chiodos before. I'm like, Mike knows Chiodos? That's so odd.
We got him.
Desert Online? That makes so much
Got him.
Relax.
You went for the fist bump, and he just put his hand up.
I was like, okay, we're doing that.
Have a
NBA
wonderful
2K
game.
number 1.
Look at how many people are answering Black
If
Desert
anybody
Online.
can hear me out there, I heard you laughing. If we have a beer, I need to get drunk fast to be able to answer any of these goddamn questions.
This
nuts.
sucks.
Wait, what were the other answers for number 1 again?
The other
It was The
answers
Sims?
for number 1.
Sims 4.
Yeah, the number 1 question was the best character creator,
Character
right?
creator. Yeah.
And number 1 was like NBA 2K.
yeah.
Hey.
It was like Black Desert Online that nobody on the
Yeah.
panel had played.
The Sims. And World of Warcraft, I think.
So that this is the reveal.
Hey, makes so much sense.
NBA 2K, The Sims 4, Black Desert Online, World of Warcraft, and Skyrim.
And we didn't put it together.
Skyrim.
We somehow didn't put it together.
Look,
yes,
I had
Skyrim.
quite a task deciding which of these questions to order which way so that it didn't immediately tell you that it was Mike.
That makes
So, Madeline, like, I've muted this, so it's just kind of playing. I'm
Yeah.
going to switch over here. That reveal was fucking perfect. Like, and that idea was fucking perfect.
I was
So
so happy that it worked out, that like it didn't get spoiled for anybody, that it went well, and then that it went off without a hitch, like better than I even thought it would.
Yeah.
And then being able to see like how the audience felt about it and responded to it was also awesome, because people were leaving such nice comments. They were like, oh my god, this is one of the best Kinda Feudy episodes ever, like this is iconic. And I was like, oh, it just felt so good. Like obviously everything I did that week was awesome, and I had a lot of fun doing everything, but it was cool to like orchestrate that like very fun chaotic moment. That's like, I feel like if you tell people what Kinda Funny is, like this is a very good illustrative moment of like
100%.
really fun show that like goes off the rails for some reason.
Yeah. And what I like is that I feel like if it was a thing where you did the whole game and at the end you were like, these are all Mike's answers, would not be as good.
Yeah.
Because you got, one, and everybody's like, that's kind of weird. Two, it's like Chappell Roan's number one and we didn't get anything else? What the fuck? And you go through them and everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with your followers? And you do the reveal, and then you have 3 more questions where everybody's just like, oh, I gotta get in the mind of fucking Snowbike Mike to try to figure out what the fuck this guy's thinking. And as you can see, what band should be on the new Tony Hawk soundtrack? Number 1 is Chappell Roan. This guy has no fucking idea what's going on. Yeah. Now, one question that I do have.
Yeah.
I think it was either 4 or 5. Was which game should get a prequel?
Yeah, I think that was 5. Question 5.
I am so curious.
Does Mike know what the fuck a prequel is?
I don't know. I think he does. I think he wanted to know how those jabronis got chained together, you know?
Yeah, because it was like chained together. Bread and Fred, which is chained together. Only up. I think it was getting over it.
Yeah.
Like 4 of the same fucking games.
It's got a type. What can we say?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't try to understand, but I was like, oh, this is a perfect one to end with, because it's so crazy that like people are just gonna be like, oh my god, Mike. And I also love it. One of the things I really like about Mike, but also like the team, which is that Mike is a really good sport and like is okay
100%.
with people making fun of him or like poking at him. And I wanted to make sure when I talked to him, like he felt good about that I was not trying to be like, Mike, you're stupid. I was trying to be like, Mike has such a fun, unique perspective on the world. Like, I think it will be a really fun, amusing thing to have people get into his mind. And so, like, I'm glad he took it that way, and I feel like the audience took it that way as well. Like, obviously, Greg makes a joke, oh, your followers are stupid, but, like, I think they hit a really good spot with that. And I hope he told me he feels the same way, but
I think,
it was a really fun...
obviously, like, him being like, your followers are stupid, or, like, I didn't get any of these fucking answers.
Yeah, exactly.
I might cut this out. I have Mike's stream up. If you guys can hear it, I do apologize. I'm gonna post something, and I might have to switch it over if need be.
What's he playing with?
He's playing some, I think,
some Halo.
Apex. No, he was playing Halo. He's playing Apex Legends now.
Oh. Yeah, it looks too... Does not look like Halo.
I've been drinking, so I can't type all that well. So overall, like, I mean, what were your thoughts at Kinda Funny? Like, how Was it the worst thing ever? Was it the best thing ever? Was it middle of the road?
No, it was awesome. It was definitely like really overwhelming. I was talking to someone recently, which is like, it is kind of crazy because I think like as someone who has listened to Kinda Funny
Stanley
since
on the
2017,
podcast right now.
which is
on,
like
man.
not
Shout
as
out to Madeline Stanley, talented, incredible. Just so
what'd you
creative.
say?
I do like the new shield system because if you give damage.
I said I have Madeline on the podcast right now. What do you want to say about her time at Kinda Funny?
Aw.
Yeah, and he said talented, funny, everything. Yeah.
So creative. Thank you, Mike.
But then he was like, he's playing Apex, so.
Yeah. Totally understandable.
Yeah.
But what was I saying?
So it was the worst experience you ever had.
Oh yeah, it was great. I think it was a little overwhelming because like a lot of people who've been listening to Kinda Funny for a long time. Oh, I've been listening since 2017. A lot of people have been listening longer than that, like since Greg's IGN days and all of those things. But like you kind of have an idea of what it's gonna be like, or like you think you do, right? You're like, oh, a lot of people have a dream of like working for Kinda Funny or being there, and to like actually do it, I feel like I both had like, I tried to have such little expectations because I wanted it to just like be an experience that like I'll remember forever and not overhype myself, or also like not expect things to be a certain way and like just embrace things how they are. Mm-hmm. And I think that was a really good mindset going into it because I was just able to like experience things as they happen. But it was like so overwhelming and I was doing so many things. I feel like I didn't fully like absorb it until I got home. And like I did a Greg way, like answering people's questions. And I felt like I said a lot of times, I'm like, I don't know. They're like, what's your favorite thing? And I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm still just like living through it. But it was a really good experience and I had so much fun. And like, it was, like I said, I try not to have like any specific expectations and just like enjoy the experience. But it definitely was like a really awesome one because everyone was so nice. Like, everyone was so kind and welcoming, like helping me do whatever I wanted to do, facilitating everything. And like, I think it's like one of those things where I'm like, am I dying? Is this my make-a-wish? Like, did someone forget to tell me that I'm passing away soon? But it was really cool. And I really hope I get to do more stuff with them in the future. Like, I felt like it felt really natural being there. And like, it was like stressful at the beginning, but then it felt like I was just like supposed to be there. And I felt like I just was like, yeah, I just feel like I wasn't expecting to like hosting shows as much as I did, but I really enjoyed doing it. And I loved talking to people and asking them questions and being on all the shows. So that definitely put a little bit, we were kind of talking about this earlier, fire under me to like, be on more podcasts, maybe start my own at some point, do a little bit more. I'm trying to do more streaming now as well. So definitely lit a fire under me a little bit because I really, really enjoyed my time doing it.
And I mean, I know at the end there, and maybe it wasn't at the end, it was during the week, but I think it was after you had gone home, you did a photo shoot with Blessing for a different, like, not even a Kind of Funny thing, just, hey, because you are a photographer and you do photography for brands, and you had Blessing in one of the things. So, like, were you able to just be like, hey, I've got this thing. Does somebody want to be in it? Or Blessing, do you want to be in it because you're super sexy and you're super swole? And we'll have to digitally make you smaller because we figured that out. And how did you were able to kind of merge the Kind of Funny thing and your, I guess, job,
Yeah.
Into one. Who did you have to talk to get that to happen? If that makes sense. If anybody.
Pretty much like I do like contract work with the Tuck Shoe Company, which I highly recommend them if you like, their shoes are very comfortable. And so they were already contacting me about doing a shoot with these specific shoes. And I talk about this a little bit on the podcast, but like they have certain sample sizes before they do like a full run of shoes. They run the samples and they sent me those. And I was like,
and occasionally you will throw some shoes onto the roof of a parking garage.
Roof, yep.
And then the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can listen to the Kinda Funny podcast for that story about the shoes getting stuck on a roof. But I was like, I have a pretty good idea. Like, I have a pretty good shoe radar now because I've been working with them for like 4 or 5 years, where I can tell by someone's height, like kind of what shoe size they maybe will have. So I sent, and I also had a pair that I felt like could be very Blessing style. So I just DM'd him. We were already talking about Game Showdown. I was like, hey, also, aside from Game Showdown, like, you ever been interested in modeling? Like, you have some cool pics on your Instagram? And he was like, yeah, actually, that would be awesome. And so we just set it up, and we did it during one of the days before in review.
You're interested in modeling? That's all I want to do.
So it ended up working great. Like, he really liked the shoes. I really liked the photos that like we did. So, and the brand really liked them as well. So it ended up being perfect. Yeah, he was the right shoe size, and it all ended up working out. Yeah.
So I am 5'10". What size shoe am I?
Ooh, you're 5'10". So that would put you, my guess would be between a 10 and 11, depending.
Mike, how tall are you?
I am 6 feet tall.
I would say probably you're at an 11 then.
Okay, Mike, what size shoe do you wear?
11 and a half.
Okay.
13.
Really?
Yeah.
It's okay. I wear really big shoes as well.
You have to remember, I am a ginger. We're not normal.
I wear a size 10 in women's shoes, which is really large generally. But I am tall, but it's like, it's a little bit. I have big feet.
Oh, no, this is one of the shoes that Mike and I did a shoey in. No, you know what? I've been wearing it for a few hours. No longer smells like beer. Only smells like my feet.
That's good.
Yeah. Mike only brought one pair of shoes over and was like, I can't do a shoey in these shoes because I have to wear them home. So I was like, fuck it, let's use my house shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That was on day 2. So tell Kinda Funny. Say, hey, I'm going to the Game Awards. I'm going to see a bunch of Kinda Funny best friends. Send me some shit. I'll do a photo thing for you for merch. And then...
that'd be fun.
Boom.
Maybe.
There we go. Let them know. Let them know.
Olive Party did... 3D printed buttons last year that he handed out to all the Kinda Funny best friends.
I saw that. And I'm hoping that Olive Party's there again because I want one. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I
think
will be there.
I lost mine, unfortunately. It was like pinned to my bag, and I think something brushed up against it and it popped off. So if he comes back and makes more, I need another one. So
I had a Kinda Funny pin that I bought from one of the... It was before they were doing like the merch drops, and it was just at their store. I had a Kinda Funny pin on this vest right here. Mm-hmm. This is the back of it. It is a Salt City United SCU. It's my gang thing. But I had a Kinda Funny pin on the front of it. It's gone.
Yeah, the pins don't stay on super well all the time.
Yeah, I don't know when the fuck it fell off. But it's gone. I drink a lot when I wear that vest. So, yeah.
Well, you'll get another one.
Kinda Funny, if you are watching / listening to this because Madeline Stanley is on it and she is one of you now, make some fucking patches.
Ooh, a patch. Interesting.
Let me get an iron-on patch to put on my vest so it won't fall off. Give me the smiley face. Fucking make a patch of Snowbike Mike's face. That's it. Just, no, I don't need a name tag. Like no, just his dumb fucking face. I love it. It's beautiful. Give me a patch of his face. I will put it on my vest and wear it. All right, Joey?
I think they should do a sticker pack of the emotes. I think people would really like that. Did they do that at one point?
I do have a sticker pack. I have a kind of funny sticker pack. See if I can fucking open this goddamn bag.
Unsealed. I mean, sealed. Sealed sticker pack.
So, I have a sticker pack, a kind of funny one.
Link. Oh, it was from the Zelda stuff. Zelda. Rock.
And then
Goron. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
I'm not a Zelda person, so I don't know.
But it is
pronunciations are.
It is censored. Because Kevin's
Crazy.
whole dick is just right in there. I got these on accident. I shouldn't have these, but I do.
What do you mean on accident?
I signed up for the premium item for the, I think it was the We the Trogs shirt.
Sure.
And I was sent these by mistake.
Oh.
So I emailed, hey, I got the wrong thing. And they were like, oh, here's a shirt. We'll send it to you. No problem. So.
Nice.
Okay. Madeline, we've kept you way too fucking long.
All good.
Okay.
I'm talking to you guys. Sticker.
My mic was muted the whole time when I said, we're back. And then Mike said, he's back, so I thought my mic wasn't muted.
No, we were just commenting on you being back.
Yep, just you showing up again.
And then I said, hold on. Then I came back and I said, so Madeline, Until Dawn, you didn't reply. I looked. It was muted. So.
You're muted, babe.
Until Dawn has one of the greatest lines in video game history.
Which one?
It's just a prank, Han.
It's just a prank, Han. I love it. That's why I made my shirt. I'm not wearing it now, but I did make a shirt that said it's just a prank, Han, and I wore it on the stream.
You did. And I fucking loved it. I almost I thought about, like, last week we had a really silly opening where I introduced everybody, and then I talked about how we're going to talk about which games are woke, and then I went to the X-Play intro.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched it, please fucking do, because it's real dumb, and I'm proud of it. I almost did a silly intro tonight where I was going to look over and be like, shut the fuck up, and be like, my sister over here, you know, I put shaving cream in her shoes and she's mad, and then I was going to yell, it's just a prank, Han! But
It's just a prank, Han.
But I've been drinking.
My other iconic line from Until Dawn that I feel like doesn't get as much love, like, it's just a prank, Han, is iconic because in the old Until Dawn, it would give you the little chapter reminders where they would show you, like, everything that happened up until then, or they would give you, like, key reminders. Yeah. And that one was always in every single little, like, 30-second spot. So you heard it, like, so many times when you played the game, which they removed that for the new version, which I was kind of disappointed in. The other one.
Which is our topic. So, yeah, the other one.
Other one was understand the palm of my hand, bitch, which is what Emily says when she slaps, I can't think of her name, Ashley. And that's if you don't kill Emily. She'll be like, understand the palm of my hand, bitch. And then she slaps her.
I get it. So that's the other thing. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think I messaged you and asked you, hey, they're doing the remake. Is it a remake or remaster? I think a remaster.
A remaster, yeah.
I was like, hey, they're doing a remaster of Until Dawn. I know you fucking love Until Dawn. Would you be down to come onto the podcast to, like, basically do, like, kind of a comparison?
Yeah.
And when I asked you that, you already knew that you were going to be the up-and-comer.
Yeah.
So I was just like, Madeline is the Until Dawn person. I want her to be on the podcast to talk about the differences. And then you had this goddamn life-changing experience. So that is what this episode is about. But I still want to know. I watched the Kinda Funny streams of y'all playing it. As a person whose favorite game was Until Dawn, how does this remaster hold up? What are the differences that you could tell? Because I know that at the very end you got fucked with the controller vibrating.
Yeah, that was disappointing to lose Sam.
Yeah.
The big differences, the things that I'm pointing out, that are the things that I've been pointing out to people that I kind of notice as the big differences. One, we get a little bit of more content. It's not a lot. They added, there was a pre-order bonus scene that they added into, the regular version. I guess you got it if you pre-ordered the game initially. But most people didn't encounter that scene, I believe. I had never seen it.
What scene was it? Was it at the end, or...?
No, it was towards the beginning. I actually don't even remember which one it was. Yeah.
Because, I watched, I think, both Kinda Funny streams. And the only thing I remember that was really different was... there was a post-credit scene or a credit scene or something.
Yeah, at the beginning they do a montage.
At the end. At the beginning, I don't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the beginning they did a new montage where they said they wanted to spend more time with the Jeffersons, but they didn't record any new dialogue or anything. So it's more of a montage of Josh and his sisters doing things.
Yeah.
Then there's another scene. Like I said, I don't remember where it takes place anymore, actually. So I can't specifically say, but there was another scene that was just a pre-order bonus for the first initial release, and then they added it into the full game here. And then we missed this, but there is an additional post-credit scene of Sam that we did not get to because I think we killed her, and we also cut the credits early to.
Here's the thing. I don't think you killed her. I fucking know you killed Sam.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, because I do remember reading, hey, there's a post-credit scene with Sam, and Hayden Panettiere actually did record something.
Yeah, she did new lines.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are saying that this is probably a connection with the movie, that she might show up in the movie, even though she has not been cast in that movie. And then other people have also said maybe this is kind of getting feelers out for an Until Dawn 2, where Hayden Panettiere would have some role in that. So I'm not sure where that all goes, but content-wise, that's the only major new content. And they also added a whole new branch of totems, which show you visions from Hannah's perspective.
Just a can.
Yeah. So that content-wise, that's new. Some of the other things are different. I do think interacting with the totems is much worse. You used to be able to just turn them, and now there's a whole system where you're moving them up and down and left to right and all this stuff. And I feel we added on no joke, an additional 10 to 20 minutes of gaming just trying to do those totems, because it would take 4 minutes to I
remember seeing you pull the first one up and be hey, it's a totem.
Waiting for it to go.
What do I have to? Yeah. For no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was weird. I do think visually, at least the version that we played, I know some people were having issues on PC. I think visually the fidelity is a lot better. It looks a lot prettier for almost everyone. I feel for some reason Jessica looks a little weird. Whatever they did to her character model, I feel it was a little bit strange. But Matt looks a lot better. And Andy and I kind of talked about that on the stream. Blonde one? With the pigtails, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so there's Sam, Emily, who everybody just wanted to be dead the whole time.
Yep.
Jessica. Is there another
Ashley.
female? Ashley was kind of the shorter one with the beanie?
Yep, she had the beanie.
Okay, and so Jessica's the blonde pigtails.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made her look weird. I just don't feel hers was an upgrade, but everyone else looked really nice. And honestly, when I've been talking to people, because people have asked me, should I buy the remake? I've never played Until Dawn. Should I buy the PS5 remaster, or should I just pay the $10 for the PS4 version, or one that comes on PS Plus? And honestly, after playing both, because I've played the PS4 version very recently. Like, I just streamed it a couple months ago. I personally, unless you are a huge like, visuals person, like you want everything to be like, 4K, 8K, or whatever, I would personally think it's not worth the money to buy the remaster. I think like a lot of the improvements that they made were not improvements. It's still a super fun game, and I do think it handles a little bit better because it is kind of tanky in the PS4 version, but I don't know if just looking better and like a slightly better handling is worth paying $60 more or $70 more. Because like I said, the totems are worse. I actually feel like the color grading changes that they did make it feel like less atmospheric. Like it's a lot brighter.
Like, a lot of people were like, the original one has like kind of a blue kind of filter, which made it feel more almost ominous,
cold and dark. Yeah,
cold. Exactly. Which, and then the newer one is like, oh, we don't have to do. They did the blue to cover up the graphical problems that they had, and now we don't have to cover those up. So now it's just a brighter game.
I don't even necessarily think it's just the graphical issues. Like, I think it's a choice. Like, Matrix looks green because it's green. Like, that was like a stylistic choice. Like, it's supposed to convey a futuristic, gritty, whatever. And I think that the sort of blue toned was very reminiscent of the horror movies at the time, like Underworld and all of those types of movies. Like, that's what it was supposed to be reminiscent of.
I don't think anybody who played the original one when it came out was like, oh, they're making it blue. It was just, this is a product of the time.
So I don't necessarily like changes that they made in that way. I also noticed like they changed some of the camera angles, and I believe it was Cameron Kennedy mentioned this in the chat while we were playing. Like, they would set up certain camera angles in the game to help show you where to go. They would be like, okay, there's like a low camera angle, and we're kind of highlighting the staircase to like show you that that's where you're supposed to go. And when they changed it to be more modern, like there was a whole section too of like 15 minutes where I got lost because I was like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go next. And also like it's less cinematic because there's not these like specific shots that they set up. It's just the over the shoulder camera angle. So I mean, it's still obviously a great game. Like I said, if you want it to be like really graphically beautiful, it's probably worth it to you. I think for most people, I think you're fine with the older version. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more upgrades or maybe another like some kind of branching path, like some new introduction. And obviously maybe that's an unrealistic expectation, especially if they're not bringing all the actors back and all those things.
Yeah, if you're just doing a remaster, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. So it's still one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm really happy we played it with Kinda Funny and just in general. It might be something I pick up when it's a little cheaper, just to have like, the graphically prettier version, but I don't think it's like a necessity for most people, unfortunately. Unless, like I said, you're really like, I need the most high res version I can get. I kind of like, I think it's like when you watch a movie when you're a kid, you're like, I kind of just want it to be the way that it was when I was playing it then.
Yeah. So Madeline Stanley, Kinda Funny, cast member, I would say, tells you to buy the original Until Dawn, not the remake.
Unfortunately, I feel bad. I know Ballistic Moon put a lot of work into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like it doesn't
Plus,
quite.
There was like a whole thing where just audio wasn't playing.
Yeah, they had a lot of audio glitches. They had a really big issue with the PC version, so
yeah, I
don't know what's going on with that.
So, okay, yeah, but yeah, it is it's 10 o'clock here, which means it's what, 9 o'clock for you.
Yep. It might be time to wrap it up.
We're wrapping it up. Mike is gonna go to the gym.
No. Gotta go to
Are
bed.
you, Mike?
Oh, he's gonna go to bed. Okay.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna take some medicine and then I'm gonna go to bed. Because I don't know if you've realized this. I've had a lot of beer.
Oh my gosh, and you still have one more.
On this election night.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Welcome.
I hope
Thank you.
when other people are listening to this, things are more positive and hopeful in the future.
We'll see what the fuck happens tomorrow.
I can only hope.
Yeah. This has been for me, a very good couple of hours of just not thinking of anything else.
Yes.
And I do apologize, Madeline, that we've kept you this long, but I also want to thank you for, like, I haven't had to think about anything else except for just talking to you about Kinda Funny, which is something that makes me happy, and Until Dawn, something that makes you and I happy, and it's an Extra Life, which makes Mike and I happy. And Mike,
yeah,
I love you. I know you've been just kind of sitting there the whole time. I do apologize.
All right.
Next week's episode, all Mike. Whatever the fuck he wants to talk
all
about,
Mike
I
cast.
don't care. Oops, all Nerdy for Beginners.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Yay.
so you got a week to prepare, bud.
Oh,
all right.
God. All right.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah. We already did Oops, all Armored Core, so you have to think of something else. And we did Oops, all Borderlands. So
all right, I can find a third game I'm interested in. Can nerd out on.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, all Car X. So cars, they drive.
Yep. Ruminate on that for the next 90 minutes.
This will be us, just...
Yeah.
Yeah, cars. We love them. Oh my gosh, fireworks.
Yep.
What is happening? We're off the rails. We're off the rails.
We're off the rails.
I learned about that one from The Lonely Island. So, yeah, 'cause they have a podcast, which isn't a visual podcast, but they were talking about how, hey, we did this. No, maybe they were just on a thing, but they were like, hey, let's do this, and it'll do the lasers. So I learned about that from The Lonely Island, the greatest parody rap group there is. Yes. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Madeline, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere at Mad Exposure. Definitely check me out on Twitch, where I stream most Wednesdays. And I'm going to try to add another day in there, but that's still to be determined. But check me out at Mad Exposure there. I'm also on Twitter and Blue Sky at Mad Exposure. And then also, if you want to see my photography, at Mad Exposure on Instagram.
Yeah. And Madeline, phenomenal photographer. Mike.
Thank you.
Phenomenal photographer.
Yeah, follow Mike on Instagram too.
You should. And Mike, for those who donated a certain amount, what was it, 100 or?
Yeah, it was once I raised $100, there was going to be a raffle for a up to 16 by 24 inch print.
Yes, yeah, we'll do the raffle.
Yep.
How about this, Mike? How about we do the raffle next episode?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay, we'll do the raffle. Yeah. So we raised enough money to where there will be 4 raffle winners potentially.
Yes.
2 prints from Mike's photography site.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, balloons. And then 2 $50 gift cards to whatever
your digital
gaming service, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. If you're weird. Anybody that donated is eligible to win. So
Ooh, that means I'm in the raffle.
You fucking are.
Yes, you are.
We'll see.
Yeah. Outro is playing now.
Yay, outro.
Yay.
Bye, everybody. Follow Madeline on everything. Yeah. Send money to my funeral. if I kill myself. I love y'all. Bye. We're on the title screen now, so.
Okay.
But stop recording.